I'm Christina. I'm a traveler, a planner, and most importantly, a mom. I'm sharing my best tips to make traveling as a family a little less stressful. So put down your phone, pack your bags, and let's showcase the world. Hello, mamas. I am super excited. I'm back doing lives. Remember, I said I would do lives on Thursday when I'm not traveling, but I've been traveling, which is so exciting for someone who travels for a living. So I was in Walt Disney World for the last week of May, and then I was home for 6 days before I went to Croatia for the ASTA Destination EXPO. ASTA is the American Society of Travel Advisors. So this wasn't a vacation for me. This was a work trip. And by that I mean we had very full itinerary. I met with a bunch of different suppliers, destination management companies, hotels, and tour operators. So I could get the best idea of what is going to work out for my clients, and pick some and build relationships with those hotel managers and tour operators. So when I have clients going to Croatia, I can, they have a face with a name for me, and I can say, hey, these are my clients. They're coming in. Make sure you're doing something extra special for them. So that was the purpose of the trip, and one of the reasons I wanted to go to Croatia when they said that was where the Destination Expo was, is a lot of times I have people contact me and say, I'm not really sure. I have 14 vacation days. I'm not sure if I want a beach vacation, a national park vacation, or a European cultural vacation. And in Croatia, you don't have to decide. You can have all three. It is a stunning country with tons to do. Like I said, we had a very full itinerary, and I don't feel like I got to enjoy a whole lot, so I'm excited to go back on my own and bring Annabelle, my daughter, my 2-year-old, with me, because it is such a family-friendly destination. Everything is so walkable. The people are so accommodating. The only thing that might be a little bit difficult with children is the distance between activities. Typically, we were about 2 hours. Transit time, and the highways are really great, but they are on windy mountainous roads. But I think that Croatia definitely could be more than one vacation as well. So if you wanted that beach vacation or that national park vacation, I think the northern part of Croatia, there's Zagreb, which is the capital, and very much reminded me of Prague. Had this really amazing energy, and it was probably because it was the European Soccer Cup, and all of the stores were closed while all of the store owners were in the main square getting ready to watch the soccer game. But it just had this really vibrant energy. It's exciting. It's new, but it has all of that history, the medieval history, and that's what's going to be so captivating about Croatia for your kids, is everywhere you turn there is like princess magic, like the medieval knights. You're not going to show up and see princesses and knights, but you can just imagine being there. And I can just see, as I was visiting all these old fortresses, I could just see my daughter playing hide and seek in these buildings. And what I loved is they're not ruins. They're not medieval ruins like you're going to see at a lot of places. We visited Split, which is in the south. It's in Dalmatia. Split has Diocletian's Palace, which is basically like a Roman palace, but it's not all ruins. So you can go to Rome and see all of these Roman ruins, but in Croatia you can see what it actually looks like, because it wasn't. They're not in ruins. So Split was incredible. The seaside town, it reminded me a lot of Nice, France, with just the beachy vibe, and but not like a laid-back California beachy vibe. It was that French Riviera, sophisticated beachy vibe, but not too stuffy that your kids wouldn't feel comfortable there. It wasn't like Saint-Tropez or Cannes. It was just very accessible everywhere you were. And so Zagreb is up in the north. I'm going to transition back to what I was saying about the north. Zagreb is up in the north. So are the Plitvice Lakes, which is this national park with this stunning turquoise water and these beautiful trees and waterfalls. And that is should be on everybody's travel bucket list because it was just awe-inspiring and incredible. It's about a 2 mile walk through the part, at least that we did. We did about a 2 mile walk. You can do, there's like days and days and days worth of trails, but the main easy path walk was about 2 miles, and definitely recommend it. And then also up in the north, you have Istria. We didn't make it up to Istria, but Istria is borders Italy, borders northern Italy. Very famous wine production region, and they have a lot of great culinary farm to table places up there as well. So when meeting with the tourism board from Istria, they were comparing it to a less popular Tuscany. So you're going to go to Tuscany, and it's very touristy. In Istria, you're going to kind of get what you're going to get in Tuscany, but without all of that, all the crowds and all of the tourist destinations. So I would definitely recommend that as a trip: Zagreb, Plitvice Lakes, and Istria, and then doing the south on another trip. So Dubrovnik, which I will be publishing a Dubrovnik guide on my blog within the next few weeks. I believe it's going up in mid-July. I'm writing it today, but it's going up in the middle of July. And Split, which I mentioned before, which has that beachy vibe, and then doing a bunch of the islands. We visited Korčula, which is the birthplace of Marco Polo, and a lot of these towns were part of the Venetian Empire, so they have a lot of Italian influences. So Marco Polo was born in Korčula, and that, oh my goodness, that little medieval town reminded me a lot of Ez in France, and like very well preserved medieval town, just really cute shops. But I could just sit out on the boardwalk and watch the boats come in and people watch with a glass of rosé. A lot of rosé, a lot of Aperol spritzes, and one, not a big gin girl, but we had a lot of gin. They have a internationally award-winning gin called Old Pilots, and there was this little place in Dubrovnik that we were able to sit on the stairs because they didn't have any tables available outside. We could sit on the stairs and drink our lavender gin and tonic. So it was gin and tonic with some lavender syrup, and it was one of the best drinks I've ever had, and really, really cool experience. Old Town Dubrovnik is, again, I'm going to use the word magical. I have never seen a cleaner city in my life. Every single city we went to in Croatia was super, super clean. I would say the exception would be Zagreb. It's definitely cleaner than most European cities, but it's a little bit more metropolis than any of the other small towns we went to. Verazine, that's also up in the north. Verazine is like this little Baroque, picturesque town. Like, it's like if Disney created a Baroque little town, this is what it would look like. We were walking around corners and there was live music. It was just absolutely incredible. So I definitely highly recommend Croatia, doing the south with Dubrovnik and Split, and then going to all the little islands in between. We didn't make it to Var or Brač, but those are places that I wish we had gone to after we learned about them. So I would definitely do island tour from Dubrovnik to Split, stopping in Korčula, Var, Brač, and some of the smaller islands that you can do when you're kind of doing a small catamaran rental. You could do, move from island to island and stay on each of the islands, or you could do, they have small ships. They have about 18 rooms, and they're actually pretty affordable. You don't have to then pack up, but you can get to see all of these islands. So I definitely would recommend that. I love the Katarina line. I was able to meet with actually Katarina and talk about, her line and what she does for clients. It's very reasonably priced for families. Really, really great option to get some of that island hopping in with still having that intimacy with a small ship. An 18-room ship is the biggest that they have, and then they have ones that go down to 10 rooms. So I'm hoping that with all of my brothers and my parents, we can do one of those over the next few years with our families, because it just looked like an incredible way to spend your time in Croatia. So I hope that you are inspired to add Croatia to your list. Again, it's super accessible. There's going to be nonstop flights starting in July from Philadelphia, New York, Miami, and I believe Detroit. So not from Boston, but it's a quick little flight to get to JFK and then do your nonstop and get to Dubrovnik in the morning. And then Zagreb has direct flights from New York as well. So you can do a little bit of everything. You can do your European culture, you can do your national park hiking, and you can just relax at the beach. You can do all of it on your Croatia vacation. I have a wonderful, wonderful partner, Pitar and Julia's Travel, who would be more than willing to put together some pricing for you. So if this sounds like your dream trip, I'm going to try to get Pitar and Julia's Travel on one of these lives with me on one of these Thursdays to kind of go over what an itinerary looks like and what costs would look like. So if that's something that you're interested in learning more about, just comment below and say you would love to see that. Next week I'm going to be coming live and talking about Luca, the movie Luca, set in Italy, and how I would put together a Luca itinerary. So I will see you at 2 o'clock on Thursday next week.
Need help planning your next family vacation? Visit us at showcasetheworld.com to request a quote or schedule a free vacation consultation. Want more great travel tips? You'll find those there too.